What a round, man. The semis. I told you this is my favorite day of the state tournament. The quarters and the semis, they delivered. That was electric out there during the semifinals from start to finish. Right, all the way.
There was a moment and I was sitting beside Brad, and I'm just sitting there, and I look to my right, and on 2A down here, kids getting stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, Faith Bain is double-legging someone into the next county.
She's got a double leg and a half.
And then over on a 3A mat this way, I turn, and a kid is just getting launched. And right after that, on the 1A mat, kid goes, like, not even like a sag headlock, like launched headlock.
So much fun, man. So much fun.
And I'm just like, I don't even know what's going on right now. Like, it was, I got like overstimulated for a second and just started smiling.
Yeah.
Just like, this is awesome.
That
was such a fun round.
I'm telling you, this day, the second day of the state tournament, is my favorite day.
Oh.
Just want to say we're super thankful to Compound Sportswear and North Carolina USA Wrestling for their sponsorship of the state tournament coverage and NCUSA Wrestling of the show in general. Compound made like this sick hat that I got on right now. Yeah. NCUSA Wrestling, we have the Fargo fundraiser out. You can go donate right now to help send our kids to Fargo. Obviously, we saw a lot of that pay off. Sean Bass, John Schultz, et cetera, those kids that went. We're going to run through all the semis. We're going to start with the ladies and then go all the way up to 4A. The girls are brought to you by North Carolina Wrestling Factory, and we're stoked to have them as a sponsor. All right, let's talk about the ladies. We're going to go ahead and start rolling because we don't know how long we'll be able to be in here without them kicking us out of here. So 100 pounds for the girls. We got Anna Ackerman doing her thing.
Talking about Fargo.
Yep, Blood Round Fargo now in the state finals once again. She got the fall. She has dominated her way to the state finals. On the other side of the bracket, though, you got Ole, Genevieve Ole. She's 31-2 on the year. She goes fall to the finals. It was just the beginning for Mount Airy of the night, right? Just the beginning, and it was a good sign. Definitely her and her brother wrestling at the same time had to be tough for the parents, right?
Yeah.
He's a 106-pounder.
I could
never.
So
they were wrestling at the same time. But Ole Ackerman, what a night they both got to the finals at 107 pounds. Curry Reese gets to the finals. She gets the fall over Warren of Hoke County. Hajawi from South Central also fall in the other semifinal, gets the final, and we get the match that I think we were all thinking we were going to get, right? They've been the best two girls at this weight all year long. I think the series is 2-1 Reese. It's going to be a fun one tomorrow. 114 pounds. Addison Gore gets the fall, tech fall. She's gone.
Tech fall. She hasn't given up a point.
She has looked out of this world good.
She has not given up a single point this tournament.
Out of this world good. On the other side, Leah Edwards went fall, tech fall, 6-0 decision. Scales gave her a match. In the beginning of the match, Leah Edwards was in on legs, right? Couldn't finish. Eventually finished. Got on top, had to take a little bit of injury time, looked a little banged up after that, but Scales gave her a match, right?
Yes.
And it leads us to, this is probably, if I'm going to pick a most anticipated girls match,
it's got to be
this. This is it.
Has to be this one.
Two undefeated wrestlers, Addison Gore with the future.
I don't think Leah Edwards has given up a point either. I don't think she...
15-0, I don't know about the fall. I don't think so, though. Probably not. Neither one have given up a point. Let's go up to 120 pounds. Skyla Simpson starts the night off her first flight till the wheels fall off, Rhett. Man, it was a night for first flight. Skyla Simpson gets the fall there. She's gone fall, 7-2 decision, and then another fall. Makes the finals. Opposite of her was her only loss at the regional tournament, Addison Bendigny, who's been wrestling out of her dang mind.
She has looked great.
Right? She's 60-1 on the year, 9-1 major decision, tech fall, and then a fall. She is absolutely on fire. It's going to be a good one tomorrow night between Simpson and Bendigny. I was about to combine their names because I'm super pumped here. In the 126, Kennedy Snow of Havelock bringing the tech fall over Riley of Panther Creek. Kennedy Snow, again, another Fargo mention there, right? On the other side, Hernandez of Jack Britt got the fall over Tasia Nadeau of Swain County. And it looked like from where I was sitting, I wasn't right on the mat. It looked like that one was kind of going back and forth a little bit. I could be completely wrong, but because I was on the other side of the arena, but definitely one going back and forth. Bliss Joyce, Trinity Bulldogs, gets one in the finals. Undefeated on the year. She's got 2 falls and a 5-1 decision on the way to the finals. And the other side of the bracket, Ayanna Crawford. Right? You said it. You're like, watch this girl wrestle. But you see that score, 6-7-6 decision over Annabelle Rodriguez, who was a state champ. Not last year in the Coliseum, but the year before. The last year they were in the field house. So a huge win there for Crawford. 138 pounds, Ashanti Ross from Laney punches her ticket over state runner-up Mariah Antis of J.M. Robinson. And then the other side, Samaya, oh my, she was looking fire. Like she, double leg
monster.
Fall. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen her look as crisp as she did tonight, which is saying something because she ate at Super 32.
Yeah.
Right? That was crazy. 145. We're going to get a state champ on state champ matchup. It happened a couple weeks ago, right? Like a month ago, I guess now.
Yeah.
Bain kind of dominated there. We'll see if it looks a little bit different tomorrow. But Brianna De Leon gets the quick fall over Lily Reese of TC Robertson and Faith Bain. You said Faith Bain double-legging people. I can't remember if it was before we got started the show or right as we started the show. But you said she's double-legging people into oblivion, right?
So, yeah, she was double-legging people in the next county.
It was crazy. Ridiculous. She's physical too, right? She'll snap your face.
She's just a machine, man. Like she never gets out of position. Watching her, she just stalks people and just stays in like she has like a tight stance and just hunts you down.
100%. 152, we got Kayla Evans of Bandy Super 32 AA getting the fall over state champ Eliana Pollock of Laney. On the other side, I would consider this probably the biggest upset of the night for the ladies. Diaz Mendoza from Riverside gets the 4-3 decision over Taylor Williams of East Forsyth, who was an undefeated state champ up a weight last year. So to me, I think that's the biggest upset, right? The biggest upset of the entire women's bracket. And I know Mendoza is 23-0 on the year, but Taylor Williams is defending state champ, right?
Yeah.
And her only loss was to Kiera Rosenmarkle. So stepping up 185 pounds. Romo from West coming through at 165 pounds here. Romo for West coming through. Ozanich gets a quick fall in her final. I actually didn't even see her get on the mat. She was off before. I was going to try to catch her.
I missed that one as well.
But it went super quick. 185 pounds for the ladies. Keziah, freshman, in the finals. Is she going to be the first freshman to win in the Coliseum? We're going to have to wait till tomorrow night to find out. And she's going to have to wrestle Jaden Holmes from Olympic, who this was a wild one. I didn't see it. One of the Cap City Club coaches was telling me a little bit about it. He said Clear Wesley got like 2 takedowns with short time left, and then even shorter time, Holmes hits a headlock and gets the pin and was down like 6 points.
Wow.
So Keziah and Holmes for the 185-pound title, And at 235 pounds, we got the another Trinity girl and Brianna Joyce. I assume they're cousins or sisters, some type of family member, right? And so she gets a 2-1 decision over Talton of Madison, who's really, really good. And Marshall from Rosewood gets the fall at top. I saw this celebration. The Rosewood crowd was in it. I think she gave like a "this is my house" type of celebration. It was pretty hype. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yeah, this might be your house right now.
Yeah.
It was pretty hype. So that's the ladies. We'll do the team talk about the ladies when we do all the team talk at the end. What a night for the ladies. We're gonna step it up to 1A. Like I said, I know we're going quick, but we're going to probably even spend an hour on it as quick as we're going, and we got to make sure the Coliseum workers don't kick us out of here. So heading up to 1A, brought to you by... And I just got to start off by saying, what a night for Mount Airy. Oh my.
Yeah.
That, every time I looked over, whether I was actually getting clips of the match or I was just kind of quickly paying attention or just kind of giving a quick glance over, it was a Mount Airy kid winning. And the crowds from Mount Airy was going bonkers, and their coaching staff was going bonkers.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Man.
So let's start off 106 though. I just learned how to say his last name from Avery.
Let's hear
it. Iktel Ituli. I think I just butchered it again.
I'm pretty sure you just butchered that really bad.
Listen, either way.
You're saying Iktail?
I'm telling you.
I'm saying Ickle Tool.
I don't know. Whatever. Alejandro, you're a dang beast, bro. Monster gets a 7-3 decision. And you know what? It kind of was classic Avery. Classic Avery. Get a takedown. Really good on top. Yeah, really good on top. Get that bar wing, right? And Chittagong's really good. Dark horse kid, you are a charter. But Alejandro gets the win there. On the other side, I think Anderson gets the 8-2 win. Pretty comfortable win for Skylar Anderson. And we get a rematch of what was the West Finals last weekend at 106 pounds.
Yep.
113 pounds, we're going to get the juggernaut match we were hoping for. State champ Hope Quincy looked phenomenal, especially from his feet, which is somewhere we've said like he's really good on the mat. And we've seen him develop over the past year on his feet, looking really good there. Alexis Panama on the other side with a 12-0 major decision over Kearns. We know how tough he is.
This one's Adair, I think, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I said Alexis. I was thinking about his brother. Adair Panama gets the...
It's just the Panama pipeline.
Pipeline, right?
At Robbinsville. So it's, it's easy
100%.
to mix
But
them
he
up.
looks really good. At 120 pounds, Cooper Foster does Cooper Foster things. Fall in 47 seconds, right? He hasn't even spent 2 minutes on the mat yet. Not total in his 2 matches. Right? Or a little over 2 minutes.
Yeah.
A little over
2 minutes, because the first one was 1:33 and the second one's 47 seconds.
It looked like a minute 03.
Good job there, Dietrich.
Listen, it looked like a minute 03 to me on the bracket.
Anyways,
I'm looking up
on the other side, though.
Yeah.
Sophomore.
Munch.
Big Munch. Right? Ephraim Rivera goes fall and then 16-0 tech fall.
Yeah, he looked really good in the semis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dadgum, I was fired up.
Yeah.
Especially after
he's fired up, but
he broke his arm last year regional tournament, gets to have kind of redemption, right? So that was really cool.
And then he gets Cooper Foster.
We'll talk more about that one tomorrow, right? Finals preview tomorrow morning, pretty early. Yeah. This one, 126.
Wow.
We said it in the mega show. This weight is wide open. I picked Ike Holt. You picked Colton Lewis. Neither of them are in the finals.
We were both wrong.
We were both wrong, and that's happened at a couple weights. But Ike Holt, David Lambright gets the fall over Ike Holt. in the top semi, and then Cale Stevenson of Swain. We said it on the on the quarters preview this morning.
Yep.
We said Colton Lewis, red alert. Cale Stevenson's very good, and here he is. He goes 9-3 and a 9-6 decision to make the state finals in his senior campaign here. Huge. 1A 132. Steven Rubistello back in the finals after 11-5 decision over Brody Wolf. And then on the other side, Loxton Hooper gets back in the finals too. Gets 2 state runner-ups.
Back in there.
Yeah, who didn't get what they want last year. Both juniors going to be wrestling in the finals at 132 pounds.
At 138, we got Ryan Mann back to the finals. 15-0 tech fall, and then a 16-0 tech fall. So another has not given up a point and has looked lethal. Okay.
That Cap City training looking real good, right?
Yes. But then you got Alex Spainhauer from Mount Airy knocking off Ricardella from Uwharrie Charter.
Yeah, and this is a reversal of the decision that they had during the dual final.
Yeah.
And this kind of kicked it off, right?
Yeah.
For Mount Airy in the boys division. This kind of said,
this was.
All right, let's go ahead and release the fireworks.
They had the tough one at 106, and then they just kind of.
And then they started
This was the big one, I feel like.
Then they started buzzsawing. 144, Cohen Kaiser, after finishing 4th at the West Region, goes fall over Brandon Jordan, major decision over Mason Bentley to make the finals. Over 2 of the, we were talking about this Mason Bentley, Brandon Jordan matchup.
Dude, I missed that.
Kaiser said, nah. We don't care. I don't care about your predictions.
I missed that match.
Matt.
That's nuts.
It is nuts. And on the other side, again, Jones from Mount Airy. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He punches his ticket to the state finals with a win over Leighton Hooper, who won the West Regional last week. So neither Bentley or Hooper, Mason Bentley or Hooper in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Jones, again, I just felt like everything was going right for Mount Airy tonight.
Yeah. At 150, another Mount Airy kid.
Yep.
Jack Martin, 10-9 win over Isaiah Mewborn.
From Pamlico. This one was wild. I was watching this one on Lorenzo also was coming next, so I was kind of like playing it there. And it's back and forth, back and forth. Martin pulls it out at the end. Crazy. It was a crazy one.
Then you got Carson Warwick from Allegheny. You know, he's just dominating like
fools.
Normal.
Yeah.
16-1 in the quarters, 17-1 in the semis. Moving on to the finals, and now up to 157. Lorenzo Alston just on a different planet from the rest of this bracket.
Agreed.
No offense, like.
The fall in 37 seconds was so fast, I really didn't even get a good clip of it, to be honest.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's so good. He's so good. On the other side of the bracket, Michael Morrow from Bradford Prep, 29-1 sophomore. Bradford Prep looking very good as a program. They're coming right along. And he gets a 7-2 decision there over Blackwell of Polk County to make the finals. 165. I've been talking about this Aiden Foster, John Martin match for a while before the brackets even came out, because I kind of had a feeling they'd be on the same side, just the way the 1A works, right? Yeah. Martin gets it done, 15-5 major decision. I don't know if I've ever seen him wrestle any better than he did, right? State runner-up a year ago.
I don't think so.
Foster's really incredible, but dang, if Martin didn't look phenomenal. Right out the gate, he got to take down some swipes, so that was crazy. At the other side, Kenneth Pritz looked like Kenneth Pritz.
That
right?
Pritz kid.
Yep. He looked good, man.
Monster.
Gave us some highlight reel takedowns. 175.
Absolute monster.
Andrew Meadows got a quick fall on the bottom side of the bracket, and just absolutely. It was fast. Again, continuing that Mount Airy magic tonight, right? And then on the top end, Elijah Williams gets it done. He put himself in a good spot, right? He beat Caden Williams at the regional tournament, and by putting himself there, he's found himself in the finals. 190 at 1A.
Got Joseph Miller from Lejeune. taking out Bryson Cottle, which was big match.
Big match. This is
Big
like the
match right
only
there.
thing that went against Mount Airy.
And 106, right?
Yeah, but that one was against Skylar Anderson. You kind of predict that one. This one, Cottle, was probably the one that everybody was picking.
Yeah.
But Miller of Lejeune gets it done, and his prize is he gets Cale Dunn.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, Cale Dunn, 2 falls, just spent a little bit over 2 minutes on the mat, 2.5 minutes there for Cale Dunn. Looked really good.
Up to 215, Michael Shropshire, 16-7 major in the semis over Nick Wade. And then freshman Ruiz Angel from Mount Airy into the finals.
Yeah, again, at 215, right?
Yeah.
And it's just Mount Airy magic tonight. Mount Airy magic tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get over it. At heavyweight, we got Carson, Maddox Carson, punching his ticket through. He got a win over Jacqueline Kirkman of Pamlico by fall. On the bottom, your state champ pick, Valandi from Allegheny, gets it done, 4-2 decision over Santos. Man, I'm telling you, this bracket, we were just like, I don't know what's going to happen, right? And it ends up being Carson versus Valandi in the finals tomorrow night at 1A 285. We appreciate Cap City for sponsoring our 1A coverage. We're going to move on up to 2A, and 2A is brought to you by... brought to you by Combat Athletics and good gravy. We say the proof is in the pudding a lot. Eli Horton in 2A, student triathlete. We're going to get to it later, but Davey, oh, what a night, all right?
Yes.
2A 106, though. Boltez from Washington gets it done with a 12-2 major decision. He's gone tech fall 12-2 major to get to the final. So Boltez from Washington looking really good. Burkholder from Trinity, and this is the match we thought we were going to get, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is the match we kind of anticipated. Both of them getting to the finals, navigating their way there, and we're going to get that match tomorrow night. 2A 113, Kendrick from Moorhead. Tyler Kendrick from Moorhead, sophomore, finds his way to the finals. Now, Monks from Bunn, state runner-up last year, lost to Maples in the quarters. That's how we got Kendrick versus Maples, and Kendrick gets it done, a sophomore from Moorhead. Incredible tournament there. On the bottom side of the bracket, just completely dominant performance. 3 tech falls so far from Jordan Miller of Seaforth. And it's
1 point given up.
1 point given up. Seaforth kind of did their thing in the quarters and semis. We said that here comes the big guns for Seaforth, right?
Yeah.
2A 120. Tentini from West Caldwell gets it done at the top. 12-3 major decision over Nolasco Rayo from Lewisburg. And then Gabe Rogers does what Gabe Rogers does. Got a fall. He's gone tech fall. He's looked absolutely lights out. 126 for 2A. Aiden Sumners gets it done with a fall.
Wow.
I was there for the start of the match. Gosnell got the first takedown and looked like Sumners got out and then got a takedown of his own. And then I went down to 3A, so I am not completely sure how the rest of the match developed. But fall for Sumners to get to the state finals over Sam Gosnell. And then Bryce Perry on the bottom gets the 10-4 win over Seth Allman of Mount Pleasant. Perry looks really good. Every time we see this kid at the state tournament, he's way out east, so we don't get to see him a whole lot during the year. But every time we do see him, it's impressive. It's impressive. 2A 132, Cameron Goo with the fall. He looked phenomenal, man. It's gone fall. He's got this great low single that he keeps just killing people with, and then he's great on top, right?
Yeah, but this might be this could be my favorite 2A.
This is my favorite 2A
final.
And I've been adamant that this winner should be the MOW, and I'll talk about that again a little bit.
I don't need to say another thing about MOW the rest of the week.
Apparently.
As much as
the Jimmy
the Fat
and
Boy's
Sweaty were
been
gonna
getting
get
on
you.
to me. So, yeah, you got Goo, got Lane Armstrong, back to the finals. Lane also just wrecking people.
Yeah, Lane. So this match between him and Fox was wild. It was going back and forth, and then in this, like halfway through the second, Lane Armstrong just kind of blew it wide open with a takedown, back points, etc., and got the bonus points. We finally get Lane Armstrong, Cameron Goo tomorrow night. All right, at 138 pounds at the top, Jaden Allred gets the major decision over Hernandez from Newton Conover. And on the bottom, Eli Horton. He's gone tech fall, 13-0 major decision. So this is the final I thought we were going to get.
He thought about just kicking him right there to
yeah,
try and get that
last one. This is the final we thought we were going to get, right? These have been the best two guys at this weight the whole year. So there we are at 144 pounds. Bodie Kirkland. He goes fall, tech fall.
Bodie is so tough on top.
He's so tough on top. But he's so improved from his feet too, man. I'm telling you.
Yes, but he is a leech on top.
Yeah, he
so
is.
good.
So good. Gabe Foreman gets it done on the bottom after not having the regional final he wanted, losing Ashton Shields Adams there in the final. He makes it through with a trifecta of falls. Fall. Washington punching another state finalist in there. 3 of them so far, I'm pretty sure. At 150 pounds, my state champ pick versus your state champ pick, right?
Yep.
Johnson got a 10-1 major decision over McBride of Lincolnton. On the other side of the bracket,
got Chris Aparicio from Lincoln Charter, gets the 8-5 decision, and he's been living up to the hype that I built for him.
I agree. I think he's living up to the hype that you've built for him for sure. 157 here. McManus from Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill gets a finalist. He gets a 3-2 decision over Bandy's Brusca. At the bottom of the bracket looms the big dog, fall in 46 seconds, tech fall for Caleb Cox, right?
Yeah.
3rd year in the finals. Is this the year, right? Is this the year? At 2A 165, Lawson Coltrane gets it done. Your state champ beat mine because we met in the semis this time. 5-3 decision there. I actually didn't see that one at all. Missed that one. With all the mats going, it's impossible to catch every single match.
My brain is still fried.
Especially with the addition of the 5th classification of the girls. Like, it's just impossible to see all of them. But
yeah, it's so like.
But I didn't see that one at all. That's the one I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch. But Lawson Coltrane gets it done with 5-3. On the bottom, Bird from Bandy's goes surprise finalist on us and gets the fall over
knocks
Leatherhead
off Haynes.
Huh?
Said knocks off Haynes.
Yeah, knocks off Haynes. Going up to 175. Height Pole gets a tightly contested match win over Blizzard of Moorhead, 8-6. And on the other side of the bracket, Regal gets a 12-5 decision over Judge Lloyd of Seaforth. This is probably like one of the only things that didn't go Seaforth's way.
Yeah.
In this final. And we'll talk about 190 in just a second. But Regal looked really good. I was really impressed with how good he looked. He got 3rd at 157 last year, and he's been really impressive. This is going to be a fun final. Probably my second favorite 2A final behind Goo and Armstrong.
Yeah.
At 190, at the top of the bracket, Jacob Hudgens. We talked about it, right? He was in a great spot in the bracket, and he delivers. Goes fall, major, and then a big tech fall over Wisdom Mason of North Pitt in the semis. And on the bottom, Jesus Jarquin and Brusai gets it done for Monroe, right? Defensive MVP for their state championship football team. This one was tight with Compton. And I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Compton was in on the takedown to win the match.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as though, in my opinion,
Okay. We get it.
he got the takedown. It was 3. I mean, like, literally, he scored as time expired. I think he got the 3. I think he got 3. But that's not how the officials saw it. They said no, and it was close, right? It was close.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. But Jesus Jarquin gets it done 6-5 and puts himself back in the finals to wrestle Huggins there. 2:15, cue ball gets the fall. Braxton Walker gets the tech fall. I didn't see this one. You were down there,
Braxton
though.
Walker is a bad man, okay? He is an absolute monster, okay? I would pay a lot of money to see him in that 3A bracket.
Yeah.
In that 3A 215 bracket as
gosh,
well.
that was so fun. 3A 215
But,
was so much fun.
man, Braxton Walker got John Milner in the corner, just absolute monster.
Yeah. No, he's worked with him closely from what I understand, and it's paying off, right?
Tech fall, tech fall, tech fall.
And
all the way to the finals.
2A 285.
Well, on the other side, you got
cue ball got it done with a fall.
Yes, yeah, you got cue ball from Seaforth. You know, goes from a second place finish at the region, and now into the finals.
At 285 at 2A to round out 2A, Vasquez from McMichael, 6-1 decision over Nixon. And on the bottom, McClary from Goldsboro, right? Not a school we talk about pretty much ever. Gets a win over Jose Flores, state champ 2 years ago. 7-0 decision. That match took
Dude,
freaking
I
forever.
did not see Vasquez Tech Trahan.
Yeah, that was crazy too. Yeah.
I missed that one.
So Vasquez gets it done. McClary wins 7-0 decision. That one took forever. That was the last match of the night. We were watching that one go down as we were kind of walking this way, and great win for McClary there.
Wow.
All right, and that's 2A, brought to you by Combat Athletics. We're going to head on up to 3A. And all right, so we're getting a final at 106. We're starting 3A right away, right? Dark Horse, thank you. We're getting a final I would not have predicted.
No.
Right? We're getting Liam Miles and Sander Tran from South Central. South Central having a heck of a tournament.
I think I do remember now what happened there.
Tran has a med forfeit win over Curtis. I looked over. Curtis was winning, so I have no idea what happened.
No, I'm pretty sure. So, if I'm not mistaken, Tran was on bottom. Curtis was on top. For whatever reason, I missed what happened. But he said, ref goes, unnecessary roughness. Gives 1 to Tran. He had called injury time. Mm-hmm. I guess.
I have no idea. I didn't see.
I guess he didn't finish wrestling. Like I'm really not entirely sure. I don't know.
When I look at the box score,
that's the last thing that I remember seeing on that one.
It goes
because I was overwatching the Jackson Thomas
comment in the Facebook says illegal slam is what we got.
An illegal slam is what it was?
Yeah, that's what it says in the Facebook comment chat here.
Okay.
Which, I don't know. When I looked over, I thought Curtis was winning, but I didn't see the end. So, but either way, Sander Tran in the finals here at this weight. And on the other side, concussion protocol is what they said on that one. So concussion protocol, Tran in the finals, Curtis consolation. On the other side, Liam Miles beats Colton Farmer and Jackson Thomas back to back, who have, my opinion, were the 1 and 2 coming in.
Yeah.
And so Liam Miles gets it done 5-4 decision.
He's tough with that boot in.
He is. He's really good on top. Really funky.
I will say, again, we were talking about it before. I mean, it's always one of those like Monday morning quarterback things.
Yeah.
But third period, 5-4 match, you can only let somebody sit in a leg in crossbody ride for so long before you go stalemate.
Yeah.
You got to work for a turn there. It's tough, but he hadn't been hit for stalling. He wasn't wasn't getting warned for stalling or anything like that. So play the game, right? If you're in the position you're winning the match, it's just
no doubt. I agree.
He dogged it out.
He
into the finals.
In the finals, 113 at 3A. Mateo Diaz from South Rowan.
Man, he has looked so good.
So good. Fall.
So good.
In the semis over Tavion Moss.
Man.
Huge fall there. And on the bottom side, Braden Reed gets into the finals with a 9-2 decision over Dio from Eastern Guilford, who I kind of would consider that an upset, right? I know Reed is a regional champ, but Dio was third at this exact weight a year ago.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get Reed and Diaz tomorrow night.
That's gonna be a fun one.
That will be fun. All right, 120. Speaking of fun ones,
we get the one
baby.
We won't.
We're gonna go. This might be a tie between this one and 132 2A about which one's my most anticipated.
This one.
This one?
Period.
Yeah, I agree.
Period.
I agree. Kane Bryson.
Period.
Mac Johnson.
Goodness gracious.
For all the marbles tomorrow night.
I can't believe you even had to contemplate that.
Listen, I'm excited about the Goo Armstrong
Dude,
one.
I know, but this is
absolute
I think
fire.
This might be the final.
This might be the final.
This is what you end the show with if you're a main event card here.
True.
Right?
True. So Kane Bryson's gone tech fall, looked phenomenal.
Dude, he's looked so good.
And
he is on a different level right now.
Mac Johnson the same.
So is Mac.
Tech fall.
Man, it is.
That's
gonna be fun.
They both just crushed everybody else. I can't wait for that.
I cannot wait.
126. Speaking of the Johnson brothers, Ty Johnson gets back into the finals, looking to defend his title from a year ago. He beat Caden Helms in the semifinal there. Helms got the win over Garrison Raper in the quarters, a 9-0 major decision, and then Johnson getting the major decision win in the semis. On the other side of the bracket, Kyle Simpson gets it done. Beats state runner-up George Coleman in the quarters, and then beats Sniper, who's someone after the Tiger we were like, dang, that kid's really good.
Yeah.
But he gets the fall there. Really cool story for Kyle Simpson, being with his illness he had not last year but the year before in the hospital, couldn't compete at regionals, and then now he's in the state finals, right?
Yeah, awesome story. But you got to look at the backside, the top end of this bracket.
Oh, I know, it's nuts.
You got Raper wrestling Crawford, Keaton Crawford, Union Pines. You got Williamson taking on McNeely. Then you got Raper McNeely.
Yep.
First thing tomorrow morning to wrestle Sniper.
It's gonna be wild.
Oh,
this is a good bracket.
What a bracket.
Speaking of good brackets, the next
132.
132.
Yeah, man. This is so Dudley. What a tournament.
Yeah, Dudley is having incredible tournament
to wrestle. Man, Elijah Dorsey into the finals, beats Stetson Collins 14-5.
Lights out.
Collins wrestled a really close match to Gunnar Marshall earlier in the tournament. Just gutted that one out.
Elijah Dorsey looked absolutely phenomenal.
But Dorsey looks amazing. And then on the top end, we got the first triplet here. Till Helms into the finals, beats Maxwell Davis 16-3.
Yeah.
To punch his ticket in.
Till looks really good. And on the backside match, Gunnar Marshall beat Joseph Lloyd, which is crazy. But
yeah,
Helms, Dorsey, 2 state runner-ups in their senior year, trying to capture that state title. Pretty crazy. 138 at the top of the bracket, Kevin O'Brien tech fall. He looks so good. Honestly, he was on the mat and off the mat so fast that I didn't really see much of it other than I looked up and I saw 2 quick takedowns. Beats Austin Laws with a tech fall. On the bottom end of the bracket, Fargo person with us.
Back-to-back Dudley.
Yep, back-to-back Dudley. Sean Bass gets it done with a 7-3 decision over Gage Helms, which was a fun match. I was right there with that one the whole time, back and forth a little bit, and then Bass kind of pulled away at the end. Really good showing from Sean Bass this year, like really good. And then proven again, off-season matters. At 144 pounds, Bentley Sly does what Bentley Sly does. I'm telling you guys, I know everybody knows about the cradle. Everybody knows about...
Everyone knows it's coming, and you can't do anything. Like, try and stop it.
But he's really underrated on his feet. I'm telling you. He's so underrated on his feet. You can't score on him.
Yeah.
Right? Because he can scramble out of anything. And then he has good leg attacks. But on the bottom side is the story to me. Punching his ticket to the finals, freshman from White Oak, Hayden Smith. Wow, freshman coming to the finals, going to be up against Bentley Sly, who obviously won a title as a freshman.
Yeah.
4-3 decision over Thompson. That was a back and forth kind of battle a little bit there for Smith. Smith didn't wrestle like a freshman, I'll tell you that much.
Right.
Veteran savvy in that match in some of the positions he was in. 3A 150. Oh, man. This one is nuts.
So both of these guys have been on
a tear.
Just both of them have been wrestling lights out.
Yep.
Elijah Oakley from Piedmont goes tech fall, 17-7 major, and then a 20-3 tech fall over defending state champ Weaver from North Caston.
I know.
Dude.
He looked. I'm very impressed with Elijah Oakley.
It was almost comical. He started bleeding and was like ticked off because he was about to cut him, go neutral and go for the tech, and you could just tell that he wanted to keep that pace going. Yeah. He was like, "Why? I don't want to stop." Like, no, just.
Yeah, I was watching that match from a couple mats down, and I just was like, "Oh my gosh,
looks so good."
This Elijah Oakley kid is just so good. On the other
34-19.
Will Varner wanted to put up a football score in this one. It was wild.
Okay, just monster.
Yeah. It was crazy. I was right there, Matt's side for that one, and Gherkin from North Brunswick came out and actually kind of scored a bunch on Will the first, minute of the match, and then all of a sudden Will Varner turned it on and started.
How much has heard that whoop?
Yeah, he just started taking him down at will. Really just taking him down at will, and then he kind of gave up kind of a silly takedown at one point, so it kind of made the score back to that's where we get to then a 19 or whatever. So, but tech falls all around for both guys. 157. You talked about him on the Mega Show. Amon Freeman. We mentioned him. You're like, dude.
We missed him on the Mega Show.
Yeah, that's right.
Like we went right over him, and I sat there and was just like, we missed somebody on a weight class back, and I went back and looked, and I couldn't believe it. And here he is in the finals. Amon Freeman has looked great. 21-9, winning the semis.
On the other side of the bracket, though,
Caven Wilson.
What a response from the young man from Smoky Mountain after not having the regional tournament he was hoping for.
Yeah.
Beats Justin Root of Dixon in the semis, which that was our state champ picks wrestling. You came out on top of that one. But Wilson gets it done with a fall.
Him and Freeman's an underrated one. That's a fun final.
That is a very fun final.
3A 165. We got Will Fincher from St. Stephen's.
Yeah, big
goes
fall. Big fall over Trip Sullivan.
Big fall over Trip Sullivan.
Yeah. The St. Stephen's crowd was
almost
fired up about that one.
I mean, it feels like an upset.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way, but Will Fincher was a runner-up here a year ago.
I know, I know,
but we've spent a lot of time around Tripp with Fargo and being it. So watch, and we know how good he is.
Man, Will Fincher looks good.
He did look really good.
Holy cow. But on the other side, someone who I've said to college coaches and to people in this building as well, maybe the most underrated, slept-on kid in the building.
Yep.
Nathan McCartney from Central Davidson goes tech fall, and then 17-1 tech fall over Troy Shannon in the
no doubt
semis.
So yeah, and Troy is so good. Troy's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, we have 2 state runner-ups here at 165 from a year ago. Both seniors looking for their first title.
Yep.
So that's kind of crazy.
At 3A 175, we got Noah Michael from Franklinton.
Yep.
Okay.
Cap
City's own, right?
Undefeated on the year.
A certain coach came in here.
Oh yeah.
Earlier today or yesterday. I don't remember which one it was. It all blends together at this point.
It was yesterday.
And said that he was willing to bet his house that Noah Franklin would be in the finals. He did not think that anyone would be touching him. Man, he put it on in the semis.
He really did. He's so good.
Man,
we really liked him when we were in Fargo together.
Yeah,
Again,
he paced them out, man.
Another theme there.
Holy cow, looks
He's so
great.
good on his feet.
But
oh my,
back to the finals, all right, and in impressive fashion. All right.
I've never seen him look so good.
No, I've never seen Dominic Blue
We've seen him a lot.
wrestle this well. Dom Blue goes fall, 17-1 tech fall, 17-1 tech fall.
Yeah, and 17-1 tech fall was over Jacob Hillis, who's only lost 1 match on the year up until that moment, and he just absolutely dominated. And he looked quick, he looked strong, he looked like he could go for another 3 matches.
Healthy.
Yeah.
He looked healthy and looked like he's got the gas tank there.
Yeah, he looked like he could go for days.
Yes.
It was impressive.
Up at 3A 190.
First flight till the wheels fall off right here. Lucas Sumners gets the fall over Cotton from Dudley. Big fall. Coach Kepler and crew were fired up. It was awesome. Sumners into the finals for first flight. On the other side, though, looming
Brock Sullivan.
Yeah, Brock Sullivan.
The man. Gets the goes fall, gets the forfeit in the quarters, and then goes 18-0.
Yeah.
Tech fall.
He hit this dirty, duck to high crotch or, outside single. I didn't get on clip because I was videoing whoever was on the next mat over, and I looked over and he hit that, though. It was like, oh.
That's the worst feeling.
It's the worst feeling.
When you have the camera pointed somewhere else and you just happen to look over and you see the dirtiest takedown. You're like, why didn't I just follow?
Yep.
It
was fire, though. Brock looked good as ever.
That's a fun final.
Union Pines had a great round.
Yes. We'll talk team race later, though. 3A 215. Man, this lived up to the hype of the bracket so far.
Been amazing.
Landon Pope squeaking one out. Again, had a tight match earlier on today against Dantrell Williams, wins 9-8, and then wins 10-8 over Dakota Athey from West Rowan.
Yep.
And on the other side, we've got Avery Reimer and Xavier Wilson wrestling in the semis. Reimer pushed it, but just could not get past the defense of Xavier Wilson.
And Landon Pope, clutch gene, huh?
Yes. Also, weirdest last-second takedown I've ever seen in my life.
Weird one, but
weirdest one I've ever seen.
2 in a row, though.
Yes.
He got a win, last-second takedown over Dantrell, and then a last-second takedown over Athey.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Man, talk about another, just brutal backside of a bracket.
Yeah, it's massive.
Down here, you got Young taking on Dantrell Williams to wrestle Avery Reimer.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts.
Man, 3A 285, though. I'll let you take it.
First flight till the wheels fall off again, man. Everest comes out.
He looked good.
First round, tested against Frederick, goes 8-5, then 9-2. He looked really good with that step single, right?
Yeah.
Gets that 9-2 win in the quarters over the Smoky Mountain kid, Heaven Street, and then gets a quick fall over former state placer Jaloski from Cata. Jakowski, whatever. Everest into the finals. Gonna be wrestling.
Big time.
Someone he's wrestled before, wrestled at the Mark Adams.
Defending state champ. Trevquan
Gary.
And Trevquan had a tight.
It was close.
Ultimate tiebreaker, 3-2 win to get to the finals here. That's another one that is going to be a blast. Now let's move up to the last classification here. For a 3A, thank you to Dark Horse for sponsoring that classification. Dark Horse hammers all over the place.
All everywhere.
4A is brought to you by.
Thank you to Raw Wrestling for sponsoring 4A. Let's get right into it. 4A 106.
Raw, a
lot of
impressive showing.
Hearing 20?
Hearing 20 state finalists.
20 state
for Raw.
For Raw.
Super impressive.
Again, we say it a lot. Proofs in the pudding with these clubs that are sponsoring the show, guys. 106 didn't go the way we thought here.
No.
Except for on the bottom. T-Rex Hall. Lumberton,
back to the finals.
It was a little tight in the beginning, and then he said, "All right, I'm done wrestling this match," and did what he had to do and got the fall. Had Teague all types of fired up. Pretty sure soon as he started going to his back, Teague grabbing the chair, coming up to his feet.
I'm just glad Teague doesn't have the boot on this year. You know, we get full celebrations.
Full celebrations from Teague. At the top of the bracket, we got kind of a surprise finalist here, right?
Yeah.
On the side of the bracket, where there's Feliciano and Aguilar and Luke Richards, Deator from...
We got a freshman.
Yeah.
Charlotte Catholic, right?
Freshman from Charlotte Catholic. Win over Luke Richards 5-3. Major decision over Feliciano, who are two freshmen I have super high on the big board. Deator coming through.
Yeah, he said put my name up there.
Yeah, where have I been at, Ryan? He's like, I need to be up there, and he's right. He makes the finals. That's going to be a fun one tomorrow night. At 113, two guys who I feel like are wrestling out of their skin, man.
No joke.
Brady Donovan gets it done. He was so fired up. Gave a little flex, little headgear spike, but they told him to pick that up. And Brady Donovan gets a 6-3 decision. In the semis, in the bottom half of the bracket. This one kind of wild. Ends up being a fall for Drew Curley. Drew Curley wrestling really well for South Iredell. Gets the fall over Ja'Kai Sedgwick, who probably is the favorite coming in.
I'm telling y'all right now, South Iredell is building.
They're wrestling.
They are coming. It is.
Yeah, the Curley Sedgwick final or semi. Early kind of went up big. Sedgwick came back, almost had the fall with a chicken wing armbar of his own. And then, geez, man, Curley just continued to shut the door. It was kind of crazy. All right, 120, the most anticipated semi-final of the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we would agree. Jay Sperrier, Grant McCord.
It lived up to the hype.
It lived up to the hype. It was a 2-1 decision. Barrier off of a reversal. No takedowns in this one. Barrier gets it done. Mooresville crew was very excited. Mooresville had a really good
great round.
Really good round. Almost like there's a little magic in the air for him, right?
Living the dream.
Big win there for Barrier. Gets the revenge over McCord, who beat him in the state finals 2 years ago.
Yep.
On the other side of the bracket, though,
Aiden Sepchek.
Huge W for Davey. Huge W for Davey. Gets the fall.
Big time.
Big fall.
Looked great, too. I mean,
This kind of started we talked about the Mount Airy kind of getting kicked off. This kind of started.
Aiden did kick it off.
Quick spark,
and Davey went running with it. The amount of times I saw Josh Stanley celebrating and just going nuts was hilarious.
It was great. He gets the fall there and now finds himself in the finals as a sophomore at 126 pounds. All right. At the top of the bracket, Caden Glass got the pin so fast that I didn't even know what happened. I had to ask the people around me because I was turned around.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out, takes a single. Tyler Watt goes shin whizzer, and Caden Glass said, boop, cradle, fall. Back-to-back falls for Davey on the same mat, and the Davey crowd was going absolutely insane at that point.
Yeah.
They had lost their minds. On the other side of the bracket, Javion Johnson versus Aiden White was a fun little back-and-forth scrap. Johnson kind of went up first, and then Aiden White just kind of chipped away, wins 9-8 in a tight one there. And then we get a rematch of the Midwest Finals. They met twice. Aiden White's won both. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. Caden Glass back in the finals there. 132 pounds, right? Liam Hickey. Do we need to say any more?
No.
He's so good with that Asgarov slide by.
Yeah.
So good right there, the elbow off. I love watching that. It's like one of the slickest takedowns around. He gets the tech fall over Martin of South Caldwell, Martin of South Caldwell, shout out to him. He had a win over Connor Sousa in the quarters that he looked really good. Just ran into a buzzsaw on Liam Hickey. And then on the bottom side of the bracket, another fall in the semis for Davey. Taj Thao gets it done. Fall over Titan Kostoff of Huff, which this was huge for the team ranks, right?
Massive.
Huff on Davey action, and Taj Thao gets it done. Threw his arms up to the crowd. Again, the Davey crowd was losing their minds, and rightfully so. If I was in their parent group or a fan of their team sitting in the stands, I'd be losing my mind too.
Yeah. They wrestled lights out, man.
3 falls in a row in the semis. It's insane.
Wrestled lights out.
All right, at 138, Grant McCord has been wrestling ridiculously
Yes.
good. Jacob McCord. I think I said Grant.
You did.
But Jacob McCord, the younger McCord.
I knew what you meant, though.
Yeah. Jacob McCord, Grant's brother, just a sophomore, finds himself in the finals of 138 pounds. He goes tech fall, 9-3 decision, and then gets a tech fall over Foster of Davey. Foster from Davey, great to make semis, right? He beat Eli Thomas round 1, and then Jackson Young of Panther Creek in the quarters. But McCord does what he's been doing all year long, right? Big wins all year long. On the bottom side, though, Austin Green of Mooresville. Again, we said Mooresville had a great night. It seemed like there was a little magic in the air for him. And Austin Green, all he did today on day 2 was beat our state champs picks back to back.
Back to back.
Back to back, right?
Insane.
He goes fall over Connor Reese, and then he goes 7-0 decision over Bethea. Incredible performance for Austin Green. Let's not pretend we don't think highly of Austin Green, right? We walked away from the state tournament last year after we wrestled Cooper Davis, and we're like, that kid is really good, but this is awesome, right? Like, that was an incredible run so far. So McCord, Green, tomorrow in the finals. 144 pounds, Sammy G gets it done at the top of the bracket, gets a fall over Asher Watson of Hickory Ridge. His big win was in the quarterfinal here where he beat Donovan Edwards 7-3. That was a big match.
Wow. I completely missed that.
Yeah, that was a huge quarter. Wins there. On the bottom side of the bracket, we got...
Dude has been wrestling his absolute mind off.
Yeah, Tobin looks so
good.
He looks phenomenal. The way he's getting to angles, snapping people down, the way the way he can go about his top work, it's been incredible. And he's just dominated his way to the finals, man. All right, 150. Jackson Rolling. We said when we sat down before we started the show, we've seen Jackson Rolling a whole lot, right? We saw him as a freshman wrestle Kane Bryson and beat Kane Bryson at the North Night. That was the first time we got to see Kane and Jackson in person. And we were like, man, both these kids are so good. And Jackson, if I remember correctly, Jackson won pretty comfortably against Kane that first go round. And then Jackson gets to the finals as a freshman, gets beat. But we've been around him quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
We saw him in Fargo. We spent time with him there. And at Fargo, we were like, we've never, you go back and watch it, we've never seen Jackson look so crisp.
Never.
Until tonight.
Man.
Until tonight.
That dude is on a mission.
He is on a mission.
I have never seen him wrestle so just absolute lights out. Phenomenal. Every position. He dominated the entire match.
It was crazy.
Man.
It was up,
dominated.
Up 17-3 at the time of the fall, right? And yeah, we've never seen him look so good. He was wrestling so good. On the other side of the bracket was a wild one. Jack Gibson of Northwest Guilford kind of not controlling the match, but he was in the lead the whole time, right? And then Davie County said, not tonight. Tonight is our night to make this magic happen. And Elliot Gould gets a takedown with no time left. There was no time on the clock.
None.
Zero. It was incredible.
None.
Davey just having the lights out night. And I don't know.
4 for 4 in the semis?
4 for 4. 4 for 4.
Wow.
Or 4 for 5 because Brett Foster lost to McCord. But still.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yep. 4 for 5.
4 for 5.
Impressive.
Still pretty good. Pretty good.
No, absolutely impressive.
And especially that one.
4A 157, Aiden Gore, just, man, looking phenomenal. Beats Yao in the semis, and then down at the bottom we got Ruiz Diaz knocking off Gingrich from, what is that,
Gingerich?
Yeah.
From Green Level.
I think that's Green Level. I hate the
abbreviations. They're so bad.
I hate the abbreviations.
They
never make sense. Okay, except for Kerry. Kerry makes sense, but that's gonna be a fun one. Gore looking really good.
Toughs it out, man. That was a tough one with Yao. Got it done with one takedown there. At 165, Kostoff looked incredibly great. Looked great. I can't say. It's 10:45 at night.
You know what?
Here.
I have a new favorite singlet. Say North
Carolina. Oh, do you? Say it. Say it.
That Huff singlet.
That Huff singlet is dope. It is so sick.
Well done.
But yeah, he was up 14-5 and got the fall, which was big for Huff to continue to try to stay in the team race. And then on the other side, Flores from Porter Ridge punches his ticket to the finals with a fall over Roland. He gets it done there. He's going to have Kostoff in the finals tomorrow night. 4A 175, Colt Campbell, enough said, right? His tech fall was so quick, 306.
Yeah.
Just barely into the second, halfway through in the second period.
Absolute animal.
On the other side, Brendan Stevens gets it done. As 7-2 decision. He'll see Colt Campbell tomorrow night. 190. Aaron Ellison's older brother, James Ellison, third place a year ago at 175, up at 190, gets the fall over Luke Shipley. Man, he's looked really good. Really good. Gets a rematch from Gate City Grapple with Jack Hardy, who had a major decision over Hillside's
Elamine.
Elamine, yeah. Who Elamine gave him some fits, right?
Yeah, I mean, he wrestled him tough.
Wrestled him tough. I
Hardy,
would say
Jack,
tricky.
Yeah,
A
Jack
little tricky.
controlled the match.
Oh, Jack was never in danger. Never in danger. Not even close to it.
He
Just
wrestled
a little
him tough.
tricky.
Yeah.
The score would have been. I feel like the score could have been even more of a gap if he would have been able to figure out just a couple of takedown positions, right?
Yeah.
And that's a testament to Elamine, right?
Right.
But Hardy's been just absolutely obliterating everybody. But so has Ellison. So.
Up at 4A 215, Hayden Haynes from McDowell.
Which, listen,
wrestling great.
You've said about Hayden, if he pulls the trigger, he is really tough to beat, and he is lights out, right?
Yeah.
And he's been pulling the trigger all tournament long. He's been just absolutely getting after it. And we get the match we thought we were going to get at the West Regional Tournament. On the other side of the bracket,
we get Sam Harper, South Iredale.
Yep.
Knocks off Patterson with the fall to punch his ticket to the finals.
Tech all fall for Sam
Man,
Harper.
I'm super excited for that one. Really excited.
That's going to be a really good one.
It's going to be fun.
Sam Harper's been looking really good, but so is Hayden, right?
So is Hayden. Hayden has been looking great, so it's tough. That's going to be a that's going to be really fun.
That's going to be a great one. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Dude,
I wanted that one at the regional tournament, but it's better now because I get to see it in person.
Yeah, no joke. No
285,
joke.
The last weight class.
We get it.
Big Dame, Sebastian Rivera.
I always love it whenever 4A heavyweight is just such a fun.
It's a fun
match. Like you look back with Carson Floyd and who did he bump up? Van?
Yeah,
from Ryland Van from Cary.
Yep.
And then we had Nathan Carnes and
Sakari at 220.
At 220, but then Carnes bumped up the next year, didn't he? He bumped up the heavy the next year.
He did.
To wrestle the kid from New Bern, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was undefeated on the year. And man, just I don't know, something about it. Something about the.
It's like the heavyweight title, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the biggest weight class, the biggest classification, and we get two absolute studs tomorrow. Damien Couture, Sebastian Rivera.
Couture been running through everyone.
Yep.
Just
Rivera,
bull.
The
Rivera,
semifinals.
Heart attack for Panther Creek's staff.
Yeah. 5-5, and then
overtime. Yep, and Clutch Gene, just I think maybe 3 seconds left.
Dang.
In overtime.
Yeah, I'd already walked down to.
Yeah.
To the other side.
I think maybe 3 seconds left.
Crazy.
So, but that is 4A. Let's talk about this team race now, and the team race is brought to you by. Listen, that round for the team race was absolutely insane. Just insane. So let's see.
Insane. We got some insane team race things going down. So let's start with the girls.
Yeah.
The girls. In 5th place is Hoka County, 45 and a half. Yeah, Hoka County in 5th. I didn't think I'd be saying that this weekend.
Right.
Just not having the tournament I think they were hoping. Havelock in 4th, 47 and a half. Rosewood, 48. Laney, 58 and a half in 2nd. And Jack Britt in the lead with 79 points going into tomorrow. It's going to be hard to catch Jack Britt.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to catch Jack Britt. Hoke County, we've said it all year long, outside of the very top girls with Faith Bain, Addison Gore, Leah Edwards, those kind of
Yeah.
girls. The rest, Samaya, the rest of them are all on a similar tier. So some of these results are going to get wonky, and I think a lot of things didn't go their way in the quarters and semis, right? Just Jack Britt, obviously wrestling lights out there.
Yeah.
Going to be hard to catch Jack Britt heading into tomorrow.
Yeah. So let's head over to the boys now.
Yep.
1A. Wow. What a round.
Mount Airy Magic.
What a round. So in 5th, we got Allegheny at 36.5. 4th, you got Robbinsville with 51. 3rd, Uwharrie Charter at 51.5. 2nd, Avery at 72.5. And in 1st place with 105.5 points, Mount Airy.
Mount Airy, man, it's nuts.
Man.
Mount Airy. I don't think that anybody can catch them. I think it's over. I haven't done the math yet. We haven't had time. We jumped right onto the stream.
Yeah.
But I think Uwharrie Charter's got a ton in the back, but they're 50 points down.
And Avery's got 4 in the finals.
4 in the finals. They only got 1 on the backside to make up points.
1 on the backside.
I think mathematically it's over. I think Mount Airy's going to be your state champs. I think. I have to go do that.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if anyone can catch them. Talking about not being able to catch somebody, I think that 2A's.
I don't know. We heard that Trinity. So listen to the team scores. Moorhead 5th with 70. Spindale Central are Central 71.5 in 4th. Washington 74.5 in 2nd. Is Trinity with 99, and in 1st place Seaforth with 121 flat. Now, can they catch Seaforth? Trinity's the only one with a shot. And we heard they got 3 in the finals, but we heard they have all 7 alive on the backside. I haven't looked at the brackets, but that's just what we've heard. So 7 alive on the backside makes this a possibility. If they punch a ton through in that blood round, they could start catching up a little bit. But Seaforth's going to have some too.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at theirs. They're going to have some people too.
Man, that's going to be tough.
That's fun.
What about Washington?
Washington looking really good.
What about Washington, man?
What a program that's building up. Really like their program.
All right, let's go 3A. Tied in 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? I'll let you take 3A.
Yeah, so tied for 4th
We'll let you.
with 51 points. We got St. Stephen's and First Flight High School and Cape Fear. 3-way tie. Cape Fear, Johnson Brothers racking up a lot of points there.
Interesting you didn't say Cape Fear, or First Flight first, but, you know.
I kind of sandwiched in the middle. Honestly, I didn't see Cape Fear was the trifecta there. I thought it was just St. Stephen's and First Flight.
So you tried to put you tried to put First Flight closer to
I was
first.
trying to go dramatic effect. And I didn't see Cape Fear there.
I'm sure.
This is blind,
I'm
right?
Sure
I haven't seen the team score since we got in here. And 3rd place, we got Pisgah, the Nation, at 51.5 points, with Pope and Bryson punching their tickets to the finals.
Dude.
2nd place.
What a tournament.
What a tournament from Dudley. What a tournament from Dudley. If I'm walking away saying, wow, 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 about any team, if I have to pick one, I'm picking Dudley because they've just been lights out.
We didn't even talk about them.
Yeah, we said, and we should have thinking about
about not a contender.
Yeah, talking about they have Elijah Dorsey, they had Sean Bass and Perryman, and we should have been saying their names. 71.5, but I think this one is locked because this is locked.
I think so
because Union Pines has 97, right? So they're up by 26 points going in tomorrow. They have a couple on the backside with Dantrell.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Thompson still on the back, will be on the backside, and they have Tripp Sullivan, and they have in the finals they have Liam Miles.
Yep.
They have Brock Sullivan. They have Dominic Blue, right?
Yep.
So I think this one's locked, and Union Pines is going to be your state champs.
Let's go to 4A.
4A. Go ahead. Tee it up.
Man. In 5th, 52.5, Cardinal Gibbons. In 4th, 69.5, Lumberton. 3rd, 74.5, Huff. 2nd with 91 points, Hickory Ridge. And then 1st with 104, Davie County.
Yep.
What a semifinal round for Davie County. Man, that was huge.
It was massive.
Huge for them.
It's not locked.
No, not locked.
Not locked, but
it's not over.
Davie's in the driver's seat because of the semifinal round. Davie is in the driver's seat tomorrow morning. We said it, right? 3A, we think, like we said, we haven't done any math yet. We've just been here. 3A, I think, is locked. 2A is pretty close. 1A, I think, is locked. The girls, looking at it, it's going to be really hard to catch Jack Britt, but Laney could probably do it. 4A is going to be the one that tomorrow morning matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Davie put themselves in the driver's seat, but Hickory Ridge and Huff can still battle back and take this thing.
Yeah.
And I hope it comes down. I hope they do battle back, and we go into the finals not knowing who the heck's going to be our team champ.
That'd be fun.
That'd be so much fun.
That would be fun.
We're going to be right back with you, talk about MOW. We're going to do a rapid fire who we think at this point should be the MOW.
MOW.
MOW. Let's go rapid fire. Girls, MOW. Who you got?
Every dark horse kid.
Ah, he just said every dark horse kid. Okay. For real, who do you have?
Every dark horse kid.
Okay.
Doubling down.
Doubling down. Who do you have in the girls? MOW. I think he missed the fact of rapid fire.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, just like rapid.
Every dark horse kid. I'm going to go Kayla Evans.
Kayla Evans. Okay, that's a great pick. I'm going to go, as of right this moment, Aston Vindigny.
Ooh, good pull. Yep, good pick. That is.
At this moment. I'm not saying that tomorrow might shift. We're going to talk about who we think's going to win. I'm saying in this moment, that's who should win.
Yeah.
1A, who you got?
Cooper Foster.
Same. Cooper Foster. Agreed. Cooper Foster. 2A.
Braxton Walker.
Braxton Walker. That's a good one.
215 going tech ball.
Yeah. I'm going to go Caleb Cox.
Good one.
Caleb Cox. 3A.
Will Varner.
I'm going to go Will Varner. Even though
I said he was MOW the first time, whenever I picked against him.
Yeah.
You know.
But I will say, listen, Will Varner or Elijah Oakley?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoever wins that.
Yes.
Well, it's tough because Bentley.
I know,
Bentley's been ranking people.
A weight with 2 state champs and neither of them make the finals.
Yeah, you're right.
And you're going to have that win.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh. 4A.
4A is tough. Whoever wins that heavyweight match or Liam Hickey.
4A, I'm going to go with Jay Sperrier. As of right now, I'm not saying that's who my pick will be in the morning.
Yeah, that is.
We'll pick MOWs again in the morning. That's MOWs.
Maybe we should have done like MOW for the day.
MOW. That's who I picked for MOW. That's what I'm saying. MOW for the day.
Okay. Anyways.
That's MOW brought to you by K Vegas. Obviously, the proof is in the pudding, as is all these clubs that you see on our screen right here below. Thank you for their sponsorship and support. Compound, NCUSA Wrestling. Guys, it's the semifinals night. It's over. We're going to go figure out who won or who it should be over by now between Okie State and Iowa. That's how much we love North Carolina wrestling. And y'all, we were here doing this. Missed that match. We're going to check it out. We'll see you guys back here in the morning for our finals picks.
Go to bed.
And then